Welcome to InnoTrans 2024, the world's largest trade fair for transport technology. I'm in Berlin at the world's biggest trade fair here at InnoTrans 2024, and this has been the world's biggest trade fair ever since 1996. This year it is 2,940 exhibitors from 59 countries to occupy the whole entire exhibition ground. 226 world innovations are present here on the fair. 133 vehicles on 3,500 meters of rail tracks are shown here at InnoTrans. And then we are coming to the sad part. This is the world's biggest fair of transportation technology, and we only have 11 buses on display. Still, let's take a look at them. Some of the vehicles here are driving around in circles so people can have a ride with them, but most of the vehicles are just stationary, just like the Neso bus that is standing behind me. This is a Polish hydrogen bus that I've never seen before, and it's very cute in the design. And the first thing I can see, it has a 2+2+2 door solution, and it has the classic analog mirrors. So they still want to have the good technology with zero emission, but they also want to have great vision with analog mirrors. The Neso bus is 12 meters long and has a height of 3.4 meters, typical for city buses. It has an electric motor with hydrogen cell, so it's basically an electric bus with hydrogen as a range extender. The tanks ensures a range of 450 kilometers with a fast refueling up to only 15 minutes. And this is a great way to minimize the charging or refueling time. With electric buses it takes a lot of time. With this bus it takes only 15 minutes. Then you will have another 450 kilometers of range. On board there is 29 seats and you have 93 passengers in total capacity. The only thing I don't like is the color of the interior, because these white seats, they will get very quickly dirty. I hope this is only a demo vehicle. If this is going out to the regular city use, I'm quite sure that the cleaners have to do a very big job to hold this bus clean. But really nice product. It will be fun to see this one on the road once. Maybe we can have a test drive one day. Here we have the Icarus stand, and when I think about Icarus, I'm thinking of the old Eastern European built buses that is still running in some countries. And you know, I do have a dream to go to Hungary to find an old Icarus to drive it. I think that would have been a great video. But look here, we have a brand new Icarus 2024 model. We have two vehicles, one 12 meter with a pantograph charging, and we also have a shorter bus that's fully electric. So let's start with the Icarus 120E. This bus is 12.2 meters long, and it has a total capacity of 35 sitting passengers and 76 standing passengers. The motor is central placed, and the batteries will give you 350 kilowatts, and this will give a range up to 480 kilometers. And I have to say, I think the design looks very cool, completely different from the old Icarus buses, but it's a really nice little cute bus I didn't see so much in real traffic. And then we have the smaller Icarus, the Icarus 80E. It's 8.5 meters long, 3.3 meters high, with a battery capacity of 282 kilowatt hours. The range is supposed to be about 410 kilometers, and the bus will have 18 seating seats with a total capacity of 60 passengers. And round and around on the fairground there is this old Mercedes-Benz Citaro that is a self-driving vehicle that drives around. But inside it has this simulator station with a steering wheel and pedals and a big driver's seat. I'm not sure what it does yet, but it's a quite cool vehicle. And listen to this. It's a diesel engine! Oh! I miss this sound. Remember kids, once there was diesel buses on the roads. This is another bus I've never seen before. The name is Arthur. It's built in Poland and the company is based in Germany. And this bus is running by hydrogen. This is the Arthur Hydrogen Bus 12 meter. And it's, as the name says, 12 meter long and has a height of 3.3 meters. The drive system delivers fuel cells from 60 to 125 kilowatts, and there is two electric motors on board at 125 kilowatts. Both the axles and the steerings are delivered by ZF. And Arthur delivers vehicles in different lengths from 10 meters, 12 meters, and also the articulated bus on 18 meters. And what I really like with this bus, that it doesn't look like anything else that I've seen. Look at this design. The headlights are very cool, they are innovative, and the rear lamp, look at this. I'm not sure whether to love it or don't like it. I really appreciate their effort to make a vehicle we haven't seen before, so I will go for the loving part. Excited to see this vehicle, and you see the trend now. We've seen 3 vehicles now, and I didn't see any of them before. So this fairground is for the more unknown, but I think maybe that's good, because if the bigger ones are not even here, why should we even spend time to promote them? Now, maybe this is the time for the smaller brands around in Europe. BYD is present with the biggest stand here at InnoTrans 2024. They have one articulated bus, one 13-meter bus, low entry, and the B12 bus that we tested for Bussmagasinet last year. I think that's one of the highest quality videos we have made for these YouTube channels. So if you haven't checked it out, go in and do that after you've seen this video. This particular bus from BYD, the BYD eBus 18, is the 700th bus produced in Europe. And this is a quite remarkable number. But now I'm not sure what's happening with the production of BYD buses. They are focusing on the passenger cars and the trucks, and I haven't seen any or heard any information about their bus production in a while. So let's see, is this the end of BYD bus production, or is this big booth at InnoTrans the start of a new generation BYD buses? I think it will be very interesting to see the development of the B12 that we see over here, because I still haven't seen that in regular traffic. I would like to see that in a 15-meter version, maybe even also in the articulated version. This design is completely out of date in my opinion. I think we have to do something with the design, and then the B12 version of the bus is a very modern, good-looking design. But if you look at the design of the B12 bus, then you maybe will see a high inspiration from another Chinese manufacturer that is even a bit bigger, and the company name starts with a Y. So they like to inspire each other and build buses that looks quite similar. The next bus I want to talk about is now leaving their booth. They are now out driving, and this is a minibus from K-Bus. It looks quite cool, doesn't it? So this one you can join for a ride if you want and have time for that. Very quiet on the road. Another vehicle that is present here at InnoTrans is the autonomous e-attack from Karsan. And we have seen this bus on many exhibitions and fairs before. We've even been to the factory. There will be a video from when me and Tom went to the factory of Karsan in Turkey. They promised us a little trip to Stavanger to make some autonomous driving videos in Norway. I really hope they can promise their words, because that I think would have been a very interesting video. Let's do it in winter time when it's not so easy on the road. Snow is covering the surface. Let's see how it will maneuver through the city. And it's embarrassing to say that already we will look at the last bus of InnoTrans this year. And this is the Ebusco 3.0, which I'm a little bit surprised of are here, because they do have so big problems delivering buses around Europe. This is the Ebusco 3.0, the 12-meter version. We were recently out with the 18-meter articulated version in the Czech Republic, and we did have some complaints about a little bit too much noise in the axles. It was too much rambling in the body. But now we do have a very nice example of the shorter version of the 3.0. I think the interior here looks great. Good solutions. The floor is completely flat all the way through. And if you look closely, all the emergency signs, even the stop sign on board, is Swedish written. And Connectbus in Sweden just cancelled an order of 47 Ebusco buses. And I suspect this is one of them. They should deliver buses to Oslo, they're not coming. They should deliver buses to other tenders in Sweden, they're not coming. I'm not sure when Ebusco will be able to deliver all their buses. They're expecting to build about 600 buses next year, but they have almost 2,000 buses on the order book. That would mean it will take more than 2.5 years to produce all the buses that is already waiting. I'm really hoping the best for Ebusco, but this does not look very promising. At least the vehicle looks better. I really like the color of it, but it needs to come out on the road. It cannot just stand here on the fair. So that was all buses for InnoTrans 2024. And I think it's a shame that it's only 11 buses on the world's biggest trade fair for transport technology. But we do have to take a short look at all the beautiful and massive trains that's here in Berlin. I'm very excited about this. Now we are out on the outside display on the train, and as I said in the beginning, it's 3,500 meters of rails inside here with trams, trains, all kind of different things on rails. As a bus nerd, I have to admit, I love seeing all these trains as well on rails. Here we have a hydrogen tram. I've never seen this design before, and I think that was quite nice. This is the only transport fair when you can come so close to big freight trains and all these heavy locomotives. You can even enter everything if you like. So if you are a secret train geek, you should come to Berlin one time in the future to InnoTrans. It's wonderful to walk around here, to look at all these massive machines. And one thing's for sure, you're not alone in InnoTrans. There's way too much people here. It's not comfortable to walk around. Well, great for the exhibition, not so good for us that just want to walk around and look at everything. And this is where the real fun starts. Look at all these trains, locomotives, trams, subways even. Everything is here. Also the service trains. Everything here is just so big and spectacular. You can enter into the driver cabins. Sun is coming through. I think the weather gods are trying to promote the trains in a very good way. I'm at the stand at CRRC, the Chinese company that also produces buses. And now there is a trend I can see in the rails even, that you will have substitutes for diesel trains. I can see a lot of battery-powered trains and also hydrogen-powered trains. But look at this little vehicle I found over here. Is it a bus? Is it a tram? I'm not quite sure. The CRRC ART 2.0 is an autonomous rail rapid transfer system vehicle which has rubber wheels. So it is a bus somehow, but it's not allowed to drive on regular roads. This one has 3 cars, like the front, middle and the end part, but it can be extended with 4 and even 5 cars in total. It's supposed to be in BRT systems or even in closed areas where you build up a system only for this kind of vehicle. But CRRC itself call this a tram, even though it has steering wheel like a bus and rubber wheel like a bus. And it's not many vehicles you can see a steering wheel in both ends of the vehicle. And everything looks so modern and nice, but the steering wheel is picked up from the old Volvo buses from the 80s and the 90s. This is what I like, locomotive and regular train cars. Ah, the sound of the compressors. And of course, all trains and locomotives are accessible. So let's take a look into one of the trains that's here. And these trains will be serving in Egypt. It's been a very, very great stay here at InnoTrans 2024. But I'm really disappointed of the numbers of buses here on the fair. It's the world's biggest trade fair for transport technology, and we only have 11 buses on display. We have so many trains, trams, solutions, digital things. This trade fair is a paradise for all geeks within transport technology. And if you like trains, it's just the place to be. And even I'm not a train boy in general, but I always loved taking the train. And walking around here makes me feel like, maybe I should be a very big train enthusiast as well. It's fun to come so close to the big, heavy vehicle. You never get this close to anything that heavy ever. So it's very, very fun to stay here, but I think it's sad to see the development of the buses on the fair. I think in a couple of years, this bus hall that we are standing outside right now is dead. Last year we had Solaris here, MAN is not here, Daimler is not here, the big players in the market is not here, and this shows a very weak signal for the bus industry for the future. And we are struggling to get drivers, we are struggling to get employers in the bus business, but we are also not showing the vehicles when we have possibility to show them. And I think the industry needs to become more proud of itself. And I think if we will change the problems with drivers around in Europe and also in the world, we need to show the vehicles. Drivers, passengers, politicians, people need to see the vehicle, and I think the manufacturers have to play an important role in this game. But still, there is some vehicles here, and I'm very glad to see that many people are walking around, even in the rain, to take a look at the buses. Thank you so much for watching the video here today, and if you like what you see, click down here. The button is called subscribe, and then you will see all the future videos from us in Bussmagasinet. Until next time, drive safely. Have a great day.